What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video I'm showing a solo flawless clear of Birthplace of the Vile using Vesper of Radius. So yeah, we've got the Brawn modifier, which helps, and I've known Vesper was strong for a long time. I made a build video on it back when Onslaught released, but it is so much better with a couple recent changes. The first one being Storm Trance. We get our super so much quicker now because of the recent super ability regen changes to roaming supers. And the other reason being right here, we have Prismatic now, which has made every build stronger. So every time we cast our Rift, we're going to get Hellions and we're going to release Threadlings. And then if you're wondering why I have 120 Discipline, that's just because the fragments I chose actually gave me positive Discipline. And unfortunately, I need to run like all resilience, so I can't really spec into other things. But you'll see, I only have 30 intellect and I get my super often. So here's the build. I will make a build video breakdown on this at some point, but I'm way behind on builds because I always am, because I just love experimenting. And once I get one done, I'm just experimenting with the next thing instead of making a video on it. But yeah, you can see we have Reaper in distribution. This will help us make an orb, and then when we cast our Rift, we're also getting all our ability cooldowns reduced thanks to distribution. We have Legend of Acreus, so Legend of Acreus already hits super hard. We have Facet of Dawn, so when we throw out our Arcane Needle melee, that will give us Trench Barrel and Radiant, and you'll see Acreus is just chewing through enemies in this. Nezarex's Whisper with Demo and Frenzy. Frenzy is nice for the reload. I also have Arc Reloader on. And then the Lost Signal with Autoloading Vorpal for stunning overloads. And then our Blind, so I have Cold Snaps and our Rift to deal with Unstoppables, because Blind stuns Unstoppables. So that's basically all you need to know. There is one more thing, I guess. I've got double Dynamo on the helmet, so when I cast my Rift near enemies, I'm getting big chunks of super energy. And yeah, anyways, this build is super good. And the reason we want to build into Blind with Vesper of Radius is right here. Arc Compounding. Arc sources deal increased damage to blind targets. So that's a 15% buff to Legend of Acreus if the enemies are blinded. It's 15% extra to our Storm Trance. So yeah, really strong. And then we have Curative Orbs boosted. So when we pick up an orb or elemental pickup like a Ionic Trace, we're going to get a small amount of health, which really helps combat Brawn. And then we, of course, have Healing Rifts on. So let's get into the run. We're going to get up on this guy as quickly as we can. Freeze him, get the stun. Unfortunately, this is so cool. We've been talking about all the fucking bugs in Destiny. This has been going on way too long. He's frozen. He should not be slamming me right here. But I get slammed back, so that kind of throws off my rhythm. But anyways, look at the chunk damage that Acreus does. So we throw down our Rift, which blinds. So that's giving us Retinal Burn. Then we're throwing out our melee, which is giving us Radiant and Trench Barrel. And we have the Weaken from the GL. So just watch this one shot of Acreus to his head. Absolutely chunks that health bar. Health bar is like 1/6. And almost down to like a quarter. So then we just finish him off with the glaive really quickly. So huge damage, a lot of synergy going on. I'll let the rest of the run play out without me pausing too much, but I really just wanted to show how freaking strong this is. Because yeah, when we cast that Rift, we're getting Threadlings, we're getting Hellion, which is adding damage over time and stuff to just help us chunk them down even more. And it's applying Blind, like we said. So yeah, just really powerful. Oh, and our Arcane Needle provides Unravel. You could go Incinerator Snap too, but I just wanted multiple melee charges because it's handy in the boss room, as you'll see. But you absolutely could go Incinerator Snap if you wanted. So here, we're just kind of trying to spawn trap all these things. Everything's blinded, so it can't really deal with us. I guess that last overload must have fallen off. And of course, the one Wraith that stays up is a Drain one. You can see we already have our super a minute in. We get the blind stun, the melee, trench barrel, 2-shot, dead. Insane. Now we're going to get a weaken on that guy, and he throws down his totem, but it doesn't matter because we have Storm Trance. Storm Trance is actually quite strong. You just, like, look at that. It melted that guy, and he is pretty tanky, and it melts the rest of the enemies. So we're through here in a minute and a half. Very, very good. I think I beat this on like my second or third actual good attempt. I maybe only did like 4 attempts total because one, I just died to a bad jump. And then I'll show you where I died on a run that was even better than this leading up to boss room. But unfortunately, I died to some janky bullshit, which I'll talk about when we get there. But capping the plate, here's where glaives are so effective. I've been on a bit of a glaive kick. If you're watching me on Twitch, you'll know that. And then obviously my glaive god video with the hunter. Oh, and I did a solo flawless clear on my Titan that I put up on like Tuesday. So yeah, glaives, amazing, really good for helping cap the plate. The only thing is here, I'm always forgetting to reload it. And when all those enemies were rushing me, that is giving me, so Vesper of Radius has 2 functions. It like does the blinding, but as you're surrounded by enemies, you also get rift energy back. So I was able to get rift energy while standing on there. So here, I'm just trying to stay in my rift long enough. You can see the health regen is very, very slow in a healing rift. That's must be due to brawn. But anyways, I was just trying to get my health up. I should have shot earlier at that guy because once he gets line of sight on us, he puts down his totem. But it doesn't really matter. So here, we do our little combo. And boom, just massive chunk. Take him out really easily. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get a rift in time. So that was really sketchy, but we do get the rift. And now we're just going to go in on this guy. Take him out really easily with Legend of Acreus. And now all those raiders that we kind of skipped past, they're running up. And they're just so annoying how they go invis all the time. And they're just a pain in the ass. If they didn't go invis in the ground, they wouldn't be so bad. Their projectiles are also super annoying. I did a Mothkeeper's Wraps build that I didn't get the clear because I just kept dying because my ex-Dearest would like shoot in my face and kill me because of their projectiles. So they're just really obnoxious, annoying enemies to deal with. Like, look at this guy. He goes invis and then, yeah, just super annoying. I guess this wasn't the run. It was the run before. That one guy was like invis forever and I couldn't kill him. And it was really pissing me off and I teabagged him. But anyways, now we're going to that room. And now watch at how effective Storm Trance is in here. So we're going to take out all those enemies. The reason I have the Cold Snap Grenade is just another way to stun Unstoppables. So we took out all those enemies really easily. We're going to get the blind. And then we're going to cast our super. That blind is helpful because, again, that's giving us retinal burn or whatever it was called for that plus 15% damage. And this is potentially the quickest I've ever cleared this room. Like, this was insanely smooth. We got some ammo, so that's good. You could run a special finisher. Oh, maybe it's this guy. Yeah, goes invis on me, and it's just, like, so annoying. But yeah, special finisher could be good to run as well. If you wanted to, like, you don't need Reaper, it's just what I did. Because it's obviously got good synergy since we're casting our class ability so much. So there, that brick, if I leave that there, I'm going to be able to get it later on in the run. And honestly, Acreus is really good, but it's a bit of an issue on the final boss. There, got a little sketchy, but that's okay. But yeah, on the final boss, just because he moves around so much, it's really hard to actually get shots on him. And he does his stomp attack, which is annoying because then it like boops you back. You can melee to stay on him or use the glaive, but yeah, when you're trying to like proc trench barrel like that, it's a little bit difficult on the boss. But yeah, you can see just insane firepower with this build. I actually wished I have Arc Scavenger on my boots to help with glaive and Acreus ammo. I wish I didn't pick up that brick from that chieftain because it only gave me 2, where normally I can get like 5 or 6. So I would have saved that for later on in the run. So here we're going to cold snap that guy, and then we're going to blind all these guys. And now kill him. And then this guy actually like came, or he got stunned. Somehow he got shattered, but it's okay. He comes up to our rift. And then here he's still attacking me somehow because the jank in this game is just out of control lately. But it's not a big deal because we're in our healing rift, so... Yeah, another thing, I wasn't even popping Transcendence that much, but we get crazy Transcendence energy with this build because Cold Snaps, like we get big darkness from our Cold Snap, Threadlings, and Melees, and our Lost Signal. And then obviously we're getting lots of light from our weapons and Storm Trance and stuff. So this happened on the run before as well. That guy just like fucked off out of nowhere. I've never really seen that. I don't know if it's because it's a blinding rift and they just like get out of there, or what the deal was with that. But I was just going to take him down with all my Transcendence energy is what I wanted to do. But unfortunately I couldn't. So it is what it is. But the problem is now he's way over there. He puts up immunity totems. So it becomes a bit of an issue on the other plate. I could have went and killed him, but I was just trying to get a quick run done. So I didn't want to bother with him. But he does come over to this plate. And like I said, he makes, whatchamacallit, immunity totems. So like I said, it's a bit of an issue. So we want to hold off on putting our rift down as long as we can. Here we're just going to tank a bunch of Screebs with our glaive. Now this guy comes out. We're going to get the weaken on him first. Unfortunately, he jumps far back too. So I'm having trouble reaching those enemies, because at the end of the day, what you want to do is cap the plate. You're not worried about the enemies because they just kind of infinitely spawn. So yeah, I just wanted to cap the plate, but I was still trying to get a kill just in case I could get some green ammo. But it is what it is. So now we're on to the next part. So we're going to rush in here, put down our weakened GL from Concussive Reload, get the blind down. And again, on my run before this where I died, this was even smoother. Everything around me like died instantly, where these things like stayed up a little bit. Not a big deal, but it just sucks because that run earlier, I mean, this is pretty good gameplay as well, but the run earlier was just, I was getting good RNG. The Chieftain did that weird thing, but I actually went and killed it in that run, where this one I just said screw it. So here we're going to freeze these guys, hopefully. This is a little sketchy. I finish in midair. I was worried I might fall there, but I didn't. Sometimes your glaive melees don't work on those lurkers either because of their shield. But the reason I had meleeed him was because I thought he was going to stay frozen. So yeah, we cast a rift, take everything out with like our Hellion and our and our Threadlings. So yeah, it's a really good, fun build. We go back in our rift just to get our health back before taking on this overload. He puts down the immunity totem. We're going to shoot that. Glaives are really good for taking out those totems. We still got a Hellion going. Unfortunately, it just expired there, but we do get an ignition out of it, which is really nice. Here, I guess I'm trying to save on Acreus ammo, but it's whatever. In hindsight, I would have been using Acreus even more because, like I said, on the boss, it's kind of janky to use, you'll see. So here, we want to get to those guys as quickly as we can. Luckily, my GL hits them both. We're just going to spam our abilities, get a rift down, and we want to save our... See, it's good to get that rift down early. Look, I already have my rift back, and I only have 90 recovery, which is still pretty good, but it just shows how fast. I'll just show that rift recovery again. This is what happens when you're surrounded. Look at my rift bar. Just comes back so quick. I'm just trying to spam abilities to save on ammo because I am in Transcendence, because we really need our super for this next part. So this is where I died on the run before, and it's because I hit a slow lurker, and it slowed me at like the worst possible spot. It was kind of at the back, because I was going to the back where I go right here, but the slow guy just absolutely screwed me. So I couldn't get to cover in time. So basically, there's a balance here. You want to clear everything out as quick as you can with your super, but you also have to get back in time. So there, I pretty much pushed it as long as you can go. But the time before, I tried to jump up here, but I was slowed, and I just literally couldn't, and then everything killed me. So that was unfortunate. So there, we get a nice freeze grenade, and then Acreus just doing massive work. Just such an insanely fun gun, and it's perfect for this build. And yeah, again, clearing that out in like record time. Stormtrance, super good. And look at my super energy. We're like 2/3 back to a super already, and I literally like just cast it. So here, again, pre-shoot that, get that down for the blind. I do the melee so I don't get stomped away. And then I'm trying to get Acreus going. And there, I should have just kept it out, used Trench Barrel, just done 2 shots on that guy. But yeah, you'll see I'm getting like booped back, but still really good damage because I want to get those Acreus shots in while that boss is blinded. We run over to the enemies. Unfortunately, the boss doesn't aggro onto us like he sometimes does, but it would have been nice if he had, because again, if he gets close enough, the arc things from our rift will blind him. So I want to keep those enemies up actually, because what I'm doing here, I weaken them. And yeah, I'm keeping those enemies up so I get my rift energy back, and we can kill them anyways because we were going to use our super. So I could have used my super earlier and then got some super energy as we were like killing stuff. But this isn't perfectly optimal, but that's kind of the goal, to use your super almost as often as possible. So yeah, look at my super bar, and then that's all like just dynamo and then just getting the kills. So really, really nice. Proc Trench Barrel, Proc Radiant. Yeah, here's where he's like running away. No, it's on the next one. You'll see he's just running from me constantly, and I do almost die, but we do recover. But it does slow the run down a bit. You'll see. So anyways, here we're just going to try to rip through this as quick as possible. We get our ammo brick that we had left earlier. I guess I am not trying to get through it as quick as possible. I guess I'm just playing a little safer here. So yeah, these raiders are just so annoying. So I am a little low on green ammo as well. So we're going to try to get the freeze and take out those raiders just because they're annoying and we don't want them messing with us. And then we get the Radiant Trench Barrel combo. Easy 2-shot kill on that guy. Now it's the unstop. So I messed up. I don't think I put my rift down far enough, or I don't know what's going on, but he's not getting stunned here. Finally, he got stunned. I don't know what that was about, if he just wasn't quite where the rift needed to be. Actually, I do know. Look, I put this rift down too early, is what it is. So when you initially put the rift, that's when it does that blind thing, and then every 5 seconds after, it releases a blinding shockwave. So I put it down just a second too early, so it didn't actually blind like any of these things, but that next one does blind all of them. And so, again, I pop Transcendence, just start spamming abilities, easily take everything out. Now everything's dead. And again, I'm just trying to be super optimal. So I want this guy to push up on me so that he gets blinded before I cast my super. Because again, that's 15% more damage if he's blinded. But unfortunately, he's being really annoying. But these wraiths and everything else is just like not threatening at all because they're all blinded. But I do have green ammo now, so that's good. And yeah, now we're just basically trying to get the boss in a spot where he's going to be close to the enemies. We get our blind stuff off, and now we're going to cast our super because it's going to be dealing more damage because he should be blinded. Yeah, 10,000, where before I'm hitting like 8,300s. So that was the goal there. So get the weaken and get the blind. So that's two 15% debuffs essentially going on there. Demolitionist on this is very good because I threw out that stasis grenade, and then I'm able to reload my weapon because it's demo. So here's where he was being super fucking annoying. So I should be able to push here. So I get the weaken. I don't have a melee, but I do have Transcendence, so I could have popped that. But then I'm like, what the hell is he doing? So I do pop Transcendence. He shoots my freaking grenade out of the air. He's moving around like a madman. Now the other enemies have spawned in. Now he's immune. Like, this was just so annoying. And my glaive wasn't reloaded. So that's what really almost cost me. So then I decided to pop a rift because I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got to survive. So this was really hectic and just really shitty because he was running away. So I had to waste my Transcendence. It was really ugly. And now I'm low on health. And the only way to get health back is to kill powerful combatants. So even those red bars down there aren't going to help me. So I'm killing the red bars so that they don't kill me. So I have to be safe and I have to wait for these Ravagers to come up. So we get the kill on the one Ravager, get a kill on another, and then another. So then we proc a Siphon mod and we have recuperation on our boots. And then we kill the other one, and now we're chilling. So a little annoying because it just slowed everything down. And that's just, again, Scorn being annoying with their freaking immunity stuff. But yeah, like I said, definitely a bit of a time loss there. Just because he was being really janky and annoying. But we recovered. I would have hated if I lost the run there because of that. Because he was like literally one shot and I just couldn't hit him for various reasons. So yeah, there I thought I had seen a totem. So I was going to shoot it, but it wasn't there. I have lots of accuracy ammo, So I should just be using Acarius right here. I should have ran up and just proc Trench Barrel. I shouldn't have done the Radiant Trench Barrel because it would have been nice to keep that melee charge, but it is what it is. So again, a bit of a time loss because yeah, 12 Legend of Acarius shots is huge. So here, again, put that down, get the Blinding Rift, spamming our abilities. Here he's being weird, so we just cast our super. Unfortunately, I didn't have Weaken on the boss or Blind. So before when I was doing 10,000 per tickle, now I'm only doing 7,000. So that was a non-optimal super cast, but it's okay. There again, we get the Blind, we're getting lots of super energy, and then yeah, we just want to get the boss in a position where we can deal damage with Acarius ideally, but of course he's always moving. There we get a nice Radiant melee, the big Acarius chunks. Then I'm actually retreating because I was really focused on DPS there, so I wasn't paying attention to where the enemies were going to be. So we're just playing a little safe just because we're close to the clear. Now we have our Rift back. Again, we're getting super close to our super as well, which is excellent. There is what I'm talking about with the stomp pushing you back, being really annoying. And then we're just going to use a super for the win. So yeah, just an incredibly fun build. I'm excited to use it in things like Onslaught and stuff. It's so much fun. Just so many actions per minute and just things going on. It's a really fun play style. So like I said, I will make a dedicated build video to it. I love the fashion of it. It's just a cool ass exotic. So that was the video. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.